Hi, I'm Trent Gustus with Keller Williams Realty. After being in the real estate business for 13 years, I've watched the market go up and down. Today we're going to look at the overall real estate market.
Okay, so we're going to look at the overall market, and this is total MLS sales and listings, and we're looking at this also as a supply point of view. And I guess we're actually really up on our average sale price this year in March. Last year we were at 421,000, and this year at 451. We're actually up about 25,000. That might only mean that we're actually people are just buying more expensive homes. So careful with that. We're going to look at each individual market as we go through this report: north, south, inner city, and so forth. But this particular month we added 4,500 listings in March, as opposed to last year when we added 4,900. So we added more last year than this year. The interesting thing is that our inventory last year was 9,600 in the same time period, and this year 8,000. So not as many listings on the market. And when it comes to the average days on market, our overall average is 42, and last year in March was 49. So not a big change there. Average days on market is about the same. And when we look at sales to new listings, the percentage is 59% this year is sales to list ratio, and 55% last year. But I guess the big change here is the lack of inventory that everyone's noticing, and that is that we actually have less inventory by about 1,600 listings overall. Now, as far as numbers of sales in March, was about the same as last year. So really what's happening is we don't actually have enough listings for the buyers like we had last year. The actual sales in that period was about the same. And it is, I guess January was also up by about 300 sales. So the year kicked off really, really good. Also notice that the median price is also up. So what that means is where most people are buying homes. Most people are spending $393,000 on a house this year, whereas last year they were spending $370,000. That's a substantial increase over the past year. To make our stats a little bit more accurate, we're going to divide the city into different quadrants. We're going to look at the northeast section first, the northwest section. The southwest section, what we're talking about is Springbank, Discovery, Aspen, those areas. The deep south, the southwest and the southeast. And inner city. We're going to compare prices per square foot in each of these areas to determine if they're actually moving up in value or moving down. Okay, so we're going to start with the northeast. Okay, this is a broad report. It's all sales in the first quarter starting from January 1st until April 1st, compared this year to last year. Okay, so what we've got is this is last year below, and 598 sales last year in the same period. This year 576. So we're down a little bit as far as sales, the number of sales. Now, as far as the average sale price is concerned, we've got a average sale price of 272 last year. We're up 289. So the market is actually where the average price is up. Now the price per square foot is actually up. So that is an indication that, you know, my belief is that the actual price is up a little bit because the average square footage price is up. So that's the size of the homes. Our days on market is actually, we're 52 last year and 41 this year. So the market's moving a little bit faster in these sectors. The median sale price is the average price that everybody's purchasing in, and that is 282 this year as opposed to 271 last year for the median sale price. Now, how big are the homes? This year they're getting less homes. They're by a small margin. They're about the same size, 1,087, 1,119, very similar size ranges. What's really interesting about the Northeast is that statistics here show that just in the last month we had 225 sales in March, and average days on market was 22. Now, actually, we have around 500 listings, so that tells you a little bit about what's going on as far as the supply and demand factor, that we actually have a little bit more than 2 months supply. That's not very much when you think about how fast the properties are moving. So when you look at even last month, when you consider that we had a little over 500 sales from the whole first quarter, and most of those sales were actually made in March. Okay, so now we're going to move to the northwest section of the city. Okay, so last year our average sale price was 408. This year it's 419 as an average, and this is the overall market, of course, condos and residential homes, and this is the first quarter we're talking about. So our median sale price was 388, and we're up to 400, so price is up a little bit. The sale price per square foot is also up about $12 a foot. This I find is a real indicator because it tells people are paying a little bit more per square foot for everything. And the average days on the market last year was 30 days, now it's 22, a little bit better, hotter market. And people are also getting a little bit less square footage, but it's very, very close. And as far as overall sales, last year was 1235 listings sold, in the same period 1191. So we had a few more sales, about 40 more sales happening, 46 more sales happening this year in the first quarter. Now last month in March, it was 499 listings sold in the northwest area. Currently we have 783 listings, which is an indicator that, if things continue the way they have been, that we really don't have a lot of supply right now on the market, considering that more homes, we'd only be left with a little around 300 homes for sale, or less than that, if we were to continue along this path. Having said that, a lot of these homes are very high-end homes. So which brings the average price up to $533,000 for available listings as far as what is available at what price. Now compare that to the average sale price at $422,000, meaning that the buyers are buying on average much lower, and even the median price, which is where most people are buying, overall is $405,000, opposed to the median price on our asking prices are $484,000. So a lot of the buyers are shooting a little bit lower and looking for a little bit on the lower end group of the homes that are available. But as you can see, if we continue along this path, there really is going to be a lack of listings as we go along. We'll have to see what happens in the coming months. So now we're going to move on to the southwest section of the market, not the deep southwest, but everything is down as far as Discovery and everything west of Sarcee, which means that it's not considered the inner city. So as you can see, we're up a little bit on sales in this section from 387 listings in the first quarter of 2012. And this first quarter here, we're at 403 this year, which is a little bit better. But most noticeably, we've got average numbers on this particular section don't look very good. The reason why they're not very indicative, we've got some big sales. So we had a high sale at $10 million sale, which increases our average sale price quite high. So it skews all of our numbers a little bit, and we had a couple of big ticket homes sell out there. But our median sale price is actually the bigger indicator where most homes are being sold. That's up to 540 from 507. And when a big home sells at large square footage, usually larger square footage homes tend to sell for less per square foot. Yes, they sell for less per square foot usually. So let's look at that and go from that point of view. On the median sale per square foot, we're looking at from 282 to 300, which means that people are still paying a little bit more this year for homes than they were last year. And the average square footage that they're buying is about the same as last year. But the days on market are about the same as well, 25 instead of 27. But we got some real optimistic people this year buying homes in the larger price groups out in that area. So last month, 195 listings sold, with the average square footage price on the median was 303, up a little bit over the full period, which means the market was increasing in price in 25 days on the market. One notable thing to mention here is that on the average sale price here was $593 for the last month. And what that tells us a little bit, in our average asking price is $927 and 2,300 feet. So what's happening is that that lower inventory is selling really, really fast. It's the fastest moving group is this an average or the median group, which is 540. And it looks like what's left out there is really not much. The median sale price is $799 that's available, and with quite a few homes in the higher price group. So if you're in the higher price group, that's proponently where the most inventory is at this particular time. Now we're going to talk about the Deep South. We're going to include areas like Silverado, Cranston, Auburn Bay, all of these areas, Copperfield, and these all areas seem to have a little bit of parity as far as how they compete with each other. And we're going to do an overall average on this area. So for our first quarter in the Deep South, we actually have similar sales results. We have 1216 listings sold in 2012, the first quarter of 2012, and 1217 now. So really it's about the same. And the average sale price was $375 for a median and $389 for the average sale price. We had a similar top end home, $1.6 million home sale down there, and very similar kind of results. But we actually, the median price is up a little bit, so we're up, a little bit over $10,000 over last year. But most notably is the average price per square foot is also up, meaning that people are paying more for almost the same size homes as last year. So last year they were getting a little bit more square footage than they are today, and they're paying more for it this year. The time in which the properties are selling, 25 days this year as opposed to 35, so 10 days sooner. Pretty good days on market as far as that's concerned. So here was our sales just last month. Just for the month of March was 527, which was really 50% or a little bit better than that of all of the sales this year were just in March alone. And the average price per square foot was $355, and the average sale price was $406, and the median sale price was $385. Days on market was a bit quicker, 22, but our average list price is $514 right now. We have 836 listings on the market, so a month and a half supply, but some of that inventory is the higher end inventory, which means that the people are really buying in the lower range. Our median price is about $464 on what we have available, but the buyers are looking for a little bit lower priced homes. So if you're have a higher end home, it may be not as easy to sell or move in our current market as these lower end properties. The market is good, and we're seeing that lots of sales in the month of March. The next report will be the inner city market. For our inner city report, last year we had 1350 sales, and this year we got 1484. So we're up about, good over 100 listings sold. But most noticeably about what's happened is our average price per square foot. Median price of everything sold was $359 last year, $386, up a substantial amount when you consider all the rest of the neighborhoods. Average median price was $407, now $464. So 50,000 up for the inner city on the average price. They're getting a little bit more square footage this year than last year, but it's about the same as the median. The average sale price is $475 downtown last year and $542 this year, so up a substantial amount over last year. That's where the most activity is moving. Well, we've got some high sales. Of course, the high sale last year was 2.9 million. This year, 3.6 downtown. So, and that's our first quarter result for 2013. Now, in March alone, there were 633 listings sold in the inner city, which accounted for almost half of all the sales for this quarter. Now, when we look at the average sale price, $548,000, and the median price was $476. And our average price per square foot on the sale price is $417 and $394. Looking at the active listings we currently have, the average is $760 and the median is $548. What this tells me is that if you have a lower end home in our market right now in the inner city, if you're priced around the $550 to $475 mark, somewhere in there, you've got a pretty hot commodity in that group. Going above that, there's less sales. So A good market downtown, definitely. But the higher end, of course, we got the high end here at 11 million. And last year, our last month's highest sale was actually 3 million downtown. So we have a lot of activity in our market, and it's a great market to be selling in right now.
Back when I started selling real estate, over 90% of the homes I sold were expired listings or homes that other agents couldn't sell. During that time, I learned from my clients the many frustrations that they had selling their homes.
Yeah, we had the home about, twice with some other agencies, and they couldn't sell the house. We don't know why. It's a beautiful house.
There was not any interest shown at all in our home by anybody that came and viewed it.
Too many of the other MLS realtors who'd come show the house, they wouldn't have a clue.
We didn't get any feedback on our showings.
Last time our house was in the market about 3 months, and we've never got any offers.
It's for these reasons I have a very detailed approach on the way I sell my clients' homes. But here's what my clients had to say.
I am a client of Trent Gustus. The reason I'm talking to you today is because I don't want any of you to have to go through the trouble and frustration that we had to in trying to sell our home for the last 4 months. And thanks to Trent, we were able to sell it within 3 days, and I can't tell you how happy I am about that. And now I have no stress. Thanks so much, Trent.
We had our house on the market last year for about 6 months, right, Bruce?
Correct.
And it's a high-end house. It's across the street from the park. It was listed at $1,299,000, and we just really didn't get any offers or any traction on the house, and we couldn't figure out why. Our realtor was really good, really nice guy, but we were asking him for more of a marketing plan for the house, and it just didn't seem to come. So in August, we took the house off the market, and we decided to relist the house in January, yeah. And at that point in time, I remember seeing a brochure that Trent had done up, and it just came in the mail. And that brochure from his company explained how he used video from a marketing perspective and all these other marketing techniques to actually move your house on the market. And we were really impressed with it. So we gave him a call, and Trent came in. And after we had a short conversation with him, we interviewed 3 other realtors, by the way, and none of them had the marketing strategy that Trent has. So Bruce and I decided, okay, let's take a chance with Trent for 90 days, see what happens. We listed it for the same amount of money, $1,299,000, and luckily within 36 hours, amazing actually, our house sold at $1,250,000, and we were really happy. When we were interviewing the buyers, they actually shared with us that they saw our house on the market last year, and they looked at the photographs that were on the MLS, but it didn't really tweak their interest, so they just passed it by. They didn't come up to see the house, and they don't live far away. They're only a few blocks away, but nevertheless, they turned it down. And then when they saw Trent's video, they were really excited, and they said, we got to have a look at this house. And they came up, and they were the ones who made the offer and bought the house. So we're really happy for both Claudia and her husband, and for us to have moved this house so quickly. So thank you, Trent. Job well done, very professional.
Next, I want to talk a little bit about how I do what I do, how I can get results other agents failed to get. I think that you'll agree that many agents do little more than put up a sign and post a bunch of pictures on the internet. And in my experience, the more pictures you have, the more possibility you might have that your home doesn't sell. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have photos, but what you put online is very important. People can pull up hundreds of listings on their computers these days on the internet. And most often, they're trying to weed out the ones that they don't want to see. So if you have 20 or more photos on the internet, there's a good chance that there's one reason or another that a potential buyer might not want to see your home. Even worse, a virtual tour that discloses absolutely everything about your home in a way that doesn't sell your home. You see, most virtual tour marketing is nothing more than a large group of photos put together with soft music. It's what I call disclosure marketing, and it can kill the sale of your home. So that's why I have an entirely different approach to my marketing. My videos are more like a movie trailer. Now just think about how a movie trailer gets you out to the ticket office. They show you a short clip of the movie, the absolute best part. Maybe it's the only good part. They may even throw in testimonials to sell you on going to see the movie. This is exactly what I do with my video marketing of homes. I'll quickly show the best parts of your home. Then I do close-ups on the finer details of your home, the details that really sell the value of your home. Things like the quality of your finishing, the extra money you spent on the landscaping. You see, if we don't tell people enough about your home, buyers then start to qualify your home by square footage. Kind of like ground beef by the pound. But we want people to focus on the value that you're offering. In fact, we want to tell buyers why your home is the best buy in the area, why it's the best value. I might even show comparable sales in your area, how your home is better value. Remember, this is a sales presentation for your home. And your home doesn't need to be a show home for this kind of marketing to work. Here's a perfect example of a home I sold with 3 competing offers. The owner didn't know what to do. The home needed a lot of work and it wasn't selling.
Welcome to 234 2211 19th Street Northeast. This 3-bedroom unit is 1,037 square feet. Few townhouse condominiums offer a nice view of the park, especially at this price. You can watch your kids play right from your living room window. The location of this property is right here, and as you can see, it's surrounded by parks. You could just scoot out here on 19th Street with your bicycle and ride all the way to work if you work downtown. And you'll notice that the parks are all around this. The property is close to downtown too, and you'll notice that 16th Avenue is just off 19th Street and close to Deerfoot. Very quick commute to work. 234 is an exceptional buy, as currently there's 2 other properties available that are much higher in price. Priced at $199.9. As we can see, it is renovated and it's rather nice, but we believe at our price at $149.9 that it's an excellent deal and there's lots of room for someone to make some money. For just about $20,000 in renovations, you could have a property that looked just like this one. And as you can see, the square footage is actually smaller than our unit at 234. Currently there's 2 units for sale. This one at number 395, it's also a little bit smaller than our unit. In the same complex, done in nice hardwood. It wouldn't take very much at all to replace the kitchen in this unit and do a little bit of work, and you'd have a great unit. With the going rate of these properties being close to $200,000, our property at 234 at a price of $149.9 is an exceptional purchase. As you can see here, the property needs a little bit of TLC, but it's got a huge kitchen. And just look at the view you've got. The living room is large as well. This unit has a full unfinished basement, and just look at these new railings. The building has been upgraded as well.
Here's an example of a home that was on the market 2 years with another agent.
Welcome to 90 Aspen Ridge Way Southwest. The first thing you'll notice when you approach the home is the $67,000 they spent on the exterior finishing. Just look at this custom masonry. You'll always know who's at your door with this video entry system. When owning an estate home such as this one, the entry should be grand, and this one's vaulted with a solid cherry curved door and unique architecture. And when your guests look down to take off their shoes, they'll notice this custom slate tile inlay. All of the doors in this home are solid 8-foot cherry doors. In the front of the home, you've got this large office. Included is this built-in cherry desk and cabinets. On the main floor, this is one of the larger half bathrooms that you'll see. This is a custom-built home by Keith Anderson, owner and manager of Deca Design. The climate in this home is very comfortable with 2 air conditioning units and 2 air return systems. In a home this big, you wouldn't want extension cords everywhere. The in-floor plug-ins are conveniently located. Often overlooked, this home has amazing windows and architecture. The home feels like a grand hall with a 12-foot 9-inch ceilings. And it's cozy with this real wood-burning fireplace, oversized with natural stone and cherry mantle. And lighting the fire is a snap with the gas log lighter. There was $65,000 spent on the millwork to finish this kitchen, and you'll notice that all of the cabinets don't have the same facing for that unique look, all solid cherry. There was $27,410 spent on Miele appliances in this home. This double wall oven includes a warming drawer. They thought of every little convenience here, including this bread box and large pot drawers right under the stove where you want them. Both sinks in the home have carburetors, and those carburetors have this neat little switch built right into the counter. Evidence of the elaborate millwork is everywhere. Just look at this ceiling. See who's knocking at your door right from your kitchen. The countertop depth Sub-Zero refrigerator blends right into the cabinetry. No problem to find a step to get to your upper cabinets when you need to find something. Custom drawer with custom steps. This home features a unique granite from a quarry in Brazil. Stepping just outside the kitchen, you'll notice this beautiful patio with 10 mil glass railings. No top rail in this portion keeps the sight lines clean. Never worry about your awnings and the wind. There's wind sensors on these, and they pull in when the wind comes up. This home has lighting everywhere. 2 vacuum flow systems make this home very easy to clean. This home is really well designed architecturally. You'll notice that these railings are spaced away with a space in the deck to allow the south sun to come in to the basement windows. The rear deck is a nice place to sit on a warm, rainy day. This home is private, with reserved land behind that will never be built on and a view of the mountains. You'll never draw the blinds. The third fireplace in this home is right in the master bedroom. It's a gas fireplace and low maintenance. You can turn all the lights on the home right from your bedside. $4,000 was spent on custom cabinetry in the walk-in closet. More of that Brazilian granite on the tub surround. Over $8,000 was spent on the custom millwork in the ensuite bath. This $3,500 programmable air tub has color therapy as well. Relax at the end of a cold, hard day in a steam shower. There's plenty of room on the main floor for guests. They spent almost $8,000 on the custom millwork and cabinetry in the laundry room for your convenience. The triple drive-through garage is huge, with even enough room for a ramp for wheelchair access, right out of the rain. Going downstairs, an open tread, cherry, solid staircase. Entertaining in the basement, you've got a full-on wet bar with refrigerator, dishwasher, and microwave, all wired for your home theater system. And again, downstairs is bright, just like the upstairs level, with these $65,000 worth of windows everywhere, coffered ceilings, and access to an outdoor patio. Just off the back basement door is a walk-in closet. This is way better than a shed. Sound throughout the home is also included in the exterior speakers. These were $100 a piece. 2 large bedrooms in the basement, one with its own ensuite. All rooms in this house have comfortable heat with hydronic in-floor heating on both levels, water softener, 2 complete vacuum flow systems, and all kitchens have reverse osmosis water taps on each sink. The Bang & Olufsen power management system can record your patterns of when you turn lights on and off, when you dim them, everything, so that you can save this pattern and then replay it so you never need to remember to turn on a light. This system is integrated throughout the home. It controls the water fountains outside, the lighting for the fountains, the fountain motors, when it turns on. Everything can be monitored and programmed the way you want. It can also optimize for power savings as well. All of this sits on this spectacular location with this great view. Close into the city, Aspen's very convenient. There was over $95,000 spent on landscaping here by ongoing works. There's a brand new irrigation system as well. With one of the largest lots in the subdivision, this home sits in the perfect location, backing onto the green space in Aspen Reserve, and with the view of the mountains. It's an unbeatable combination. If you like this property and you'd like to book a showing, call us today at 403-862-9610.
This is just 2 examples, but in 13 years of marketing homes, I've got hundreds of examples of turnaround situations. High and low-end homes, fixer-uppers, show homes. I've marketed a home just like yours. So call me today for a low-pressure interview to discuss the sale of your home.